Right. Hey everyone, I have a great testimony. It's for the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit and Holy Royal Family. And I have a really funny testimony that I want to share with you guys. Okay, so I just went on this crazy adventure in the Holy Spirit. And we had to fight witches, all kinds of stuff. And you would think that's not real, okay? But it's kind of real. So what I want to tell you is I joined the Catholic Church and just got confirmed 2 years ago. And so I had this girl attack me and my fiance. She started moving in with me and my fiance. She started sending all this kind of occult witchcraft to us. And we had to kick her out more than once. So I would kind of felt bad for her. I was like, okay, well, I'll be your friend. So I decided to invite her, to come stay with us another time. And she moved in. And I started noticing she was watching a lot of like witchcraft on television and stuff like that. But she actually was out of prostitution and all this stuff. And she said, I don't understand like why no one cares about me. And I was like, okay. So I was like gonna help take care of her. And her husband was in prison, so I told her she could be a guest in my home. And she decided that she was going to try to steal my house, like gain squatters' rights. So, the woman kind of turned out to be kind of like this evil villain in my story. So, let's see. I will tell you the way she became an evil villain. Well, she had the mark of the beast on her cards and credit cards and stuff like that. She was claiming to be like, I don't know, it's just really weird. So, she would try to get me to drive my car down the road, with her in it, or with me in it. She was trying, like, I have seizures sometimes, or had seizures. I don't have them anymore. And, so, anyways, I assumed she was, like, kind of like Mary Magdalene when I first met her, but then I realized, no, this woman is actually kind of beast and harlot kind of stuff. Because she told me she came out of prostitution, she was going to become a Christian, she wanted to join my church, all this stuff, and, really, she had all this other stuff going on. She was going to try to squat in my house and all this stuff. And so I told her she could be a guest. She said, oh, you have a whole, we had a verbal agreement for residency. Look, I have mail in your mailbox. I cleaned your house. If you let someone stay with you, don't let them clean your house, because they can gain residency. Okay. If they clean your house for you, and don't let them receive mail there if you just want them there as a guest, okay? Because they could say, I live there, okay? Don't give them a key, okay? Because then they can gain what they call squatters' rights, which is theft. But they have rights in our nation. In my mind, that's theft, because you're like, okay, you're just staying here as a resident, okay? So you're telling them you're staying here as a guest, and they're forcing resident rights, okay? So I had to kick the girl out of my house. And I didn't do anything like negative to her or anything like that, So what I did was we packed up her stuff. We put extra stuff in it, and clothes, food, not really sure where she was going to end up. But I made sure she had a job working at IHOP, made over $100 a night. I'm like, great, she can afford a hotel room. There's a hotel probably right across the street. I sent her extra $40 for the hotel room. I think if not, she could probably find a friend to stay with over there. So we just put all our stuff out there, so she could gain, And so then she tried to come back and call the cops, and she was like, I'm gonna have y'all arrested. I'm gonna sue you. All this stuff. For kicking her out. And the reason I kicked her out was because she raised a fist at me, like she was going to get violent with me. And so she started sending me this witchcraft and stuff, like, after that. So, I noticed my husband, like, trees and car accidents and all these, like, death happenings started happening around him. So, so she was a satanic witch, actually, and she was coming at me, and so That's what I learned. But my patron is Mary Magdalene, so she kind of appeared, this woman, she actually was like a beast and harlot, like legitimate worshiper. And she wanted to appear, she wants to disguise herself as Mary Magdalene. Like, look, I'm a hurt soul. Okay, I'm a hurt soul. I need you to take care of me. But like using this idea, it's really manipulative. Okay. Now what Mary Magdalene told me is that's the evil woman. Okay, that's the evil woman. And men are looking for their divine feminine, their Mary Magdalene. They need to look for the pure woman. Okay, because they've been throwing themselves out at this harlot. Okay, and same for women. Like we go out, we're like, well, what do we have to learn, and we go out and we just do whatever, like I'm going to the club, I'm gonna go, fornicate over here, fornicate over there, and it's actually the evil woman, you see. So people forget that Mary Magdalene is in purity. They go chase after the harlot, you see. And so that's what she was teaching me in that moment. The Father, Son, and Holy Spirit were teaching me in that moment. So we kicked her out. Okay, so after all this crazy witchcraft stuff happened to us, and she had 666 on her tag and all this stuff. Like, I'm not making this up or anything. Like, this was secretly an innocent woman, and I was oppressing her somehow. No. Okay, so, anyways, I don't know if she can be saved or not saved, so I do pray for her salvation, whoever she is, wherever she is. And I started just kind of turning the other cheek, like donating, when she asked for money, giving a little extra, like, I guess, when she asked for money. But she asks like all the time. She'll ask. So I was trying to kind of be a friend to her still, but I don't think I can, you see, because I think it's an abusive spiritual relationship, you see, with this girl. So she literally, anyways, so we had to leave our apartment because we couldn't afford it anymore. We ended up homeless, except for me. I can come to and from my parents. But we ended up going and living in a tent. But every curse will be turned into a blessing for us. Just because we kicked this witch out of our house. Okay. So, I just want to let y'all know that. And so we need to really focus on armoring up and stuff like that. My husband I got struck by lightning, on some level. It wasn't like literal lightning, it was like spiritual lightning. I don't know, all this crazy stuff happened. I'm feeling like spiders are getting me. Then we had, what was it that, Justin just had a bunch of trees almost laying on him, almost drove off the road. So it says curses anyone that is hung on a tree. So these trees were going after, basically. Then we have, so I don't know. Let me think. I'm going to tell you. And, oh, he's calling me. Okay, anyway, so, okay, so we ended up moving out. And we got a tent. It's like a military tent. And every Christmas we turned into a blessing. So we're turning it into like this yurt style tent. Making it awesome, like on the inside. It has legitimate furniture in it. I just have to do flooring maybe, or build up. We have a fireplace in there. And so we're still working on it. Full blown furniture. So the only reason I'm not there right now, I guess, is because we don't have a fireplace, right? We can't keep that place warm. So and it's like winter, so but we have heated blankets and everything. And I just came back to visit. So while I was in the tent, I started seeing Mother Mary's, started showing me visions. I started seeing this dragon tail knocking stars out of the sky and stuff like that. And she was just like, we're gonna virgin birth. And you guys are my kids, and you guys are running from this dragon, and we're gonna get away from this dragon. Okay, this beast, harlot, and dragon situation. So that's what we've been praying about and working on. So, but yeah, okay, so what is really cool is I found out that Rebecca and Isaac are tent dwellers. They lived in Georgia on the other side of the world. We're in America. So we're tent dwellers in Georgia. And so Justin's name means Isaac in Hebrew, and my name is Rivka in Hebrew, but my name is Rebecca in Greek. So we're like Gentile Rebecca, Gentile Isaac, just hanging out in this tent in Georgia. And I'm an indie ear, OB ear. So I was like, this is cool. So we also have a really cool like Daddy was showing me, because he didn't want me to get big-headed. He wanted to think, oh, you're Rebecca reincarnated, that kind of thing. So he's like, okay, just so you know, we fulfill these little things here and there. Okay, so we're going to show you different parts of the feminine in the Bible. Now what's really cool about Justin is, and he's someone I pray for. Like, I pray for this redneck dude. Justin, whose name means Isaac, is actual hunter. He's blind in one eye. The reason he's blind in one eye, which is really funny, because it reminded me of Christ and Mary Magdalene. Like he took a fish weight to the eye while I was out working. I was out driving for DoorDash, and he took a weight to the eye, and we had to go sit. I had to go sit with him. And he had, and you have to understand, like, he's redneck, so he has this southern accent, talking about his eye, and laid out, like, and I was so actually genuinely worried about him, though. And, so he had to get stitches in his eye. So it was really, interesting and funny, but it's like, just like a fishing accident, I guess. So, I don't know, I was just like imagining Christ and Mary Magdalene, like it's like Rebecca and Isaac, but Christ and Mary Magdalene, I guess. Him going down for his bride in a fishing accident. I'm like, oh my soul. So we just thought it was funny to compare relationships a little there. Because the church, Christ would definitely take a fishing accident for us any day, right? He took the cross for us. So I saw that it was weird because I saw that as him taking that weight for me. He was trying to fish to put food on our table so we wouldn't starve because we didn't have as much money, you see. So he's taking the weight for me, you see. And so that was a cute testimony how Daddy in Heaven kind of brought all that together. And I think like the bride of Christ is I don't know, going to be really excited about these testimonies. Let's see, in heaven and on earth. But, so yeah, let me think. I think I'm going to do my Marian prayer that, I had a vision from Lourdes, and after drinking Lourdes waters, we know the Lourdes altar is real because I had a legion of demons cast out of me. That's another thing about me and my patron. Is I had a legion of demons cast out of me. Like, she has 7 demons cast out of her. I had to get a legion of demons cast out of me. I had to just put my name on that Marian Lourdes altar. They all just swarmed out of my body and left. I was like, whoa, all I did was put down the spirits of men that could have been attached to me. Like, any purgatory soul that needed prayer. I had a bunch of people that just wanted prayer. Purgatory souls just wanted prayer. Just released into heaven. So just one mass, and so I'm still kind of working on that, but Lourdes is really good. It's only like $1 donation for a mass. They want like 20. They have a suggestion, but it's only $1. So it's basically free. It's basically free. It's just it helps buy supplies for the mass, so they're not even making money off of that, So, yeah, so it's cool if you get to provide a mass. And the souls get remembered when they do the mass. So, the Father in heaven, it's like a service in their memory. So, all those souls that were attached to me, I just put all souls as a mass, and they all just lifted off of me into this big swirl into heaven. So that was really cool. And then they also do repose of soul. So let's say you have an entity, you don't know where they are. You don't know if they're in heaven. You don't know if they're in hell. Just pray they rest in peace anyway. Okay, so do pray a repose of soul. Pray they rest in peace. Put them on a Christian altar for them to rest in peace. Okay, brings healing and restoration. And so yeah, so I just want to explain all that. I'm probably going to write a book about this, but this is the only video that I was going to share my first name. My Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, just totally surrounded by this teaching. Only right people can see it. I don't want my name out there for a lot of people. Because I wanted to be kind of like the unknown prophetess, the unknown prophet, like the dude that calls himself the unknown prophet. I don't want a lot of people knowing who I am and stuff like that. But I want these testimonies to go out. See, so, that's what I was sharing. But I was like, I can't bury that testimony, it's like burying a talent, I can't bury a talent. So I thought it was so cute. And so yeah, I just wanted to encourage everyone. And I think what my patron also taught me, and what I learned in my patron, okay, so I came out of sexual immorality. So what I believe is, okay, like there's some people who say I went to heaven even though I was gay. There's some people who say in these NDE testimonies, okay, I have a whole book of people who are gay that went to heaven. I studied it, okay. Some of them went to heaven, some of them went to hell. So I said, why risk it? It's not worth my salvation, kind of deal. So, if this looks too iffy, I'm not risking it. You can gain the whole world and lose your soul. So I just encourage people, go with what the word says anyway. It's cleaner, it's healthier. I believe you can renew your mind by the word, and if you eat healthy too, it'll work faster. Because when they say renew your mind by the word, they're saying retrain and rebuild your brain so that it works the way it's meant to. Okay, so I used to be bisexual. I got let out of that by the Father and the Son, and I believe the Holy Spirit, and we're all one. So God let me out of that stuff. So I just want to encourage you guys to step out of that stuff too, if you feel led, and just pray about it, because we don't want the author of confusion telling us and condemning us for stuff. And don't feel condemned, and just pray about it, So, I have a friend named MJ Nixon. She came out of it, and she chose to come out of it. And, so she has a documentary called Here's My Heart documentary, and I back her into leading people out of that stuff and not into it. And I back everyone that tells them to lead people out of that and not do it, because you can really get spiritually hurt for doing those things, okay? So I don't want to tell anyone they're going to be damned if they're gay or anything like that. No, I don't know that, and I'm not the judge of all things, okay? But I do encourage the renewing of the mind. And if you eat healthy, your mind just builds better, you see. So like, eat a rainbow a day, keeps the enemy away. Fruits, veggies, milks, different things, proteins. And I don't know, I came out of mental illness. I'm still working my way out of that. So, so I'm an OB year and an ND year, and I can see and hear in the spirit. A lot of times people will say stuff, I'll hear what they're saying, I'll hear the things, and then they'll speak what I'm hearing, okay? So I know I'm not insane, and stuff like that, okay? So, anyways, I know I'm not insane. I do have to battle mental illness, though, because I have been hit multiple times in the head and stuff like that. So, but all my experiences are real. Usually does get backed in the physical. Like I heard St. Peter, I didn't know this. I heard that St. Peter was buried in the Vatican. Voice told me that. Just one that some random spirit. Probably Holy Spirit, ministering spirit. We call him ministering spirit. Angel, maybe a saint, told me that. Instead of spirit guide, we say ministering spirit. So just to be a little more set apart from like the ways of medium, spiritists, stuff like that. So I just wanted to tell you guys about that. But so yeah. What else did they tell me that I found out was true? They told me where Krispy Kreme was located. I thought was interesting. I didn't know it was behind me. I was like, look, Krispy Kreme. I was like, what? It turned around, it's Krispy Kreme right behind me. And then so I don't know. Oh, please get your kids out of Disney because I saw that they're doing hypnosis on the kids with Disney. And I also am going to promote a lot of these Catholic NDEs because everyone called the Catholic Church the Beast and the Harlot and stuff like that. I think the Beast and the Harlot is really just big worldliness, and it's big worldliness. I want to encourage you to go into the Catholic Church and be a part of it. They use all the names. All the apostles are literally in the Catholic Church. Like they have memorials, burial grounds, and stuff like that. So I don't like telling people go to another church or something like that. You know, that's the church I'm a part of is a Catholic church. I just saw a bunch of NDE testimonies of Catholics who have gone to heaven and come back. I'm going to post one, and Mary has been appearing to both Protestant Catholic churches, the two mega ones, okay? So it's kind of like left brain, right brain, I guess. So I just don't want people condemning each other, like, you're Catholic, you're Protestant, you know, put your swords down. So I just wanted to let you guys know that Christ is love, and he loves you guys. Yeah, and Yeshua's my Father in heaven. He is love. He came to earth in the flesh. Yahushua HaMashiach, and he rose again from the dead. He is seated at the right hand of the Father, and he was virginally birthed. And I believe that with all my heart, soul, and spirit. And I seal that in the blood that you guys know I'm of the right spirit because I've confessed that to you. Also, if you guys are trying to test the spirit of others, or if you hear a spirit and you need to test the spirit, use the real name and make sure you hold in your heart, you know, the real one. So, because you don't want to, okay, I wouldn't use the name Jesus to test spirits, okay, because it's not the original name, okay? So a deceiving spirit could probably come in through that name, so it's better to use the original name. So, because for your protection, armor up, use the real name. Love and blessings, everyone. Night night.